Ice Arena, home of the Falcons. BGSU seeking its first sweep of the season tonight as they battle longtime rival Ferris State. Kevin Peel, Bill Sweetie, thanks for joining us here today. Grace Bryant is our ringside reporter. She'll join us later. Bill, looking back at last night, what stands out is certainly the goaltending. Cole Moore and Logan Stein were outstanding in this game, and in particular, Cole Moore stood up in several spots to keep the Bulldogs off the board.
Yeah, and that's what you need. You get great goaltending. Hey, when you put zeros on the board, you're going to win games, and great goaltending wins games and wins championships, and the Falcons have been getting that lately from their goaltending.
Well, the lone goal was a first-period goal from Ethan Scardino last night, continuing to make an impact. Of course, got a later start to the season than the Falcons were hoping for, but nonetheless, this goal was huge for the Falcons, a good boost for them.
Yeah, it was a great boost, getting that goal and getting traffic in front, and a great boost for Ethan Scardino, getting his first goal of the season. That was really big for the Falcons and for himself personally.
The Falcons' energy level was great last night, Bill, and we saw for maybe 60% of the game or more, it seemed like the Falcons were carrying the play. How do they get that energy level back up tonight?
Well, they're going to have to just find that way. It's the second night of the series, and I think the fact that the Falcons have won 4 straight on Friday, and now they are hungry for that Saturday win, and that's a big motivator right there.
And Ferris State certainly motivated as well, Bill. This is a team that generated so many chances last night, shut out for the first time this season. So for Coach Daniels and his group, they probably feel like they don't have to make a ton of adjustments to try and go out and win this game today.
Yeah, I mean, they got their 37 shots on goal last night, so they don't have to make too much tinkering and changes, but they just have to come out ready to play, and they'll be just fine.
Falcons and Bulldogs, always an interesting matchup. We're going to wrap up this series tonight. It's next on CCHA TV. Off we go here on this Saturday evening. The Bowling Green Falcons hosting the Ferris State Bulldogs, seeking their first sweep of the season. Cole Moore back in the pipes, of course, having a phenomenal year for Bowling Green. 5-6, save percentage just under 92%, 2.65 goals against average. Opposite him is Logan Stein, the senior from Sewanee, Georgia. 2.24 goals against average, 933 save percentage this year. 3-4-1. Both goalies were fantastic tonight, and we'll see if we're in for another low-scoring affair today. The Falcons will move left to right as you watch it. Ferris right to left. And the visiting white sweaters. How about this? The Falcons in the brown sweaters today here on this home game. And they wore the orange last night, the brown today here for BGSU. Jaden Grant hacks this one out of the zone. Quinn Emerson backhands the pass towards Krieger. And it's into the Ferris State zone. Not for long. Wozni will have this puck for BGSU. Of course, one of the things that Bowling Green was watching for tonight in terms of the extra skater, Breck McKinley, has been battling a little bit of something medically, so he was a game-time decision yesterday and a game-time decision today. Spencer Schneider or he will be the extra skater. If Breck can go, he certainly might be back in there today. Ryan O'Hara with a shot, and Logan Stein will stomach this one. And we'll have an offensive zone face-off for the Falcons.
A nice little visit up in the box from former Falcon coach and player Scott Pollock.
Hanging out with us tonight. Hard to track him down these days. Off a face-off win, this shot was deflected and bounded to the near side.
And it's nice to start off first real face-off in the zones with the win. Falcons have been really good on their face-offs this year.
Bowling Green, of course, trying to secure a sweep. They've won now 4 consecutive Friday games, but no sweeps this season for BGSU. Shouty sends this one around. Antonio Venuto, who of course has had a phenomenal year, 14 points, 11 goals. Saw an impressive streak come to an end for him yesterday. No points as Ferris State was shut out for the first time this year. Foe trying to cut towards the net, and Jack Messick in the way for Ferris. And Ferris has to be careful here to not go offside. Ergang lost the puck. Now Scardina had that pass behind him. Stepan Pokorny as it wedged away. Noel near the blue line, intercepted by Foe. And off the back of the heel of Noel. Back out to center ice. Hassanen sends it in. Stein just slows the puck down. And Ethan Scardino is going for the big check.
They're going to need that. I think that line's going to be key tonight. Scardino, Foe, and Fighton, using their strength and size, especially in game 2.
And we have a whistle here. And they're going to send the face-off out to center ice. 17:48 to go in this opening period. We didn't see much of Trevor Tallene, who is the extra skater tonight for Ferris State, but he's back in there again. Tyler Schleppe also was not playing last night. He is into the lineup today for this Ferris State team, but of course Coach Daniels has been so impressed with his top 2 lines of forwards this year and what they've been able to do. Venuto, Benincasa, and Branshaw, that top line. Good, Fairmouth, and Dirks, that second line, have been very effective offensively. Big check there along the near side. Now near the blue line, Falcons, Santa Juana trying to push the puck up the ice. Got it to the Ferris blue line and no further. Good will play this puck in. Wozniak around for Santa Juana, who slowed it down. Now Jaden Grant.
A 3-on-2. Yep.
Did have a 3-on-2, but good blocked pass there by Tallene. Speaking of Tallene, the extra skater, he makes an impact there defensively. Solid defensive team. Good. Sternberg now back behind his own net. Backhand this puck along. Falcons do get it out of the zone. Krieger did. Now Noel to the blue line with Good, who tried to go through Sternberg. That didn't work. Off the side of the net. Near the corner. Now the Falcons will race the other direction with Quinn Emerson, who is taken down.
Yeah, he drew an interference.
And he drew the penalty on Trevor Tallene, the freshman from Crystal Lake, Illinois, who's headed to the box there for an interference call.
Yeah, that was a good hustle. Emerson just put it off to the left there, and then just got interfered with. So,
yeah, nowhere near the puck. Emerson was just trying to go on the forecheck there, and Tallene pushed him down. So the Falcons on the power play 0 for 3 last night. Of course, coming into the weekend, 8 for 54, just under 15%. No power play goals last night either way. This faceoff goes right into the crease of Stein. He's going to just cover up. But of course, the one special teams play that was larger than the rest yesterday was the 5-on-3 that the Falcons were able to burn off in the third period, which allowed them to keep a 1-0 lead, and then they had to hang in there for another 9 minutes in that third period to hold on and win. Spencer Kirsten gliding up the ice, tons of speed here. Gives it back to Passanen. Now Ozar on the right point for Eric Parker at the top. A lot of motion here at the top. Passanen doesn't take the shot, winds it over to Parker.
Trying to get that movement to get the penalty kill a little out of position.
Ozar had the puck taken away. Good defense by Jack Messick. And he's going to fling the puck towards Stepan Pokorny, who was near the Falcon blue line.
Yeah,
BG will bring it back behind their own goal line.
You don't like to see trying to beat a person one-on-one when you've got the penalty, the power play. You don't create the 2-on-1 with good passing, but you don't need to try to go through them.
Look for a good entry here. Nice backhanded pass. O'Hara had it poked away by Noel. To the point here for Sternberg. Now O'Hara down low. Falcons tried to have some crisp passing and get this Ferris defense scrambling. There's a shot. It's in the back of the net. An opening goal for Josh Knopfler. That's 1-0 Bowling Green.
Good movement on the play, and when able to get that off to the left-hand side where you got a right shot on the left side. hit a nice laser type goal.
Third goal of the season for Josh Nodler, and this was a laser past Logan Stein. Beat him soundly.
And he didn't see it. That's the key. There was traffic in front, and you know that's so important. When your goalie can't see it, all it has to do is get through. So.
And a key power play goal for the Falcons just under 5 minutes in at 4:59 from Sternberg and O'Hara. The goal for Josh Nodler on the power play. And Bowling Green again jumps out in front, 1-0.
You know, and every goal is a big goal, but especially for the Falcons getting a power play goal because they have struggled throughout the season on that. And boy, that's just a big lift there, especially early in the game.
Falcons also opened the scoring on a goal from Ethan Scardina at 10:22 of the opening period yesterday. And that was the only goal they needed, but we'll see. They very well may need more tonight to hold off these Bulldogs as this puck is up into the netting. And a face-off coming up for Bowling Green. And it looked like Logan Stein was struggling a little more with shots to his right yesterday. It looked like that shot, though, beat him just to his left. And again, that traffic that you mentioned in the open, Bill, they were able to get a little traffic. That led to the screenshot for Scardina yesterday, and it led to the screenshot for Nodler on the power play today. This puck held up against the boards. And finally, Falcons get that puck loose with Ozar. Trying to skate out, Corney on the near side for Ferris. Will send it to the far side corner. Branchaw was trying to send it towards the goal. It didn't get there. That's off his A-stick and down below the goal line. Falcons good play there from Kirsten to win the puck. And now Passanen up the ice will rifle it in. And this is headed towards Fairmouth. While Ferris was in the midst of a change. Travis Schaudy brings it into neutral ice. Lifted into the zone. Wozni is there for Bowling Green. Krieger tried to slow down that puck. Now the Falcons up the near side with Jaden Grant plays the puck around the boards. Emerson. Krieger. Now Wozni a shot, and there was a little traffic down there again. That shot missed the goal. Jaden Grant was battling in the trenches. Puck held up along the near side corner. Pushing and shoving. Eventually, Bulldogs come away. Cole Moore towards Wozni there on the far side corner. He'll take his time coming around the net. Wozni lifts this in just wide of Stein. And a turnover here, Nodler, and whiffed on the shot. Good back check there from Ferris to interfere, and then another shot, or at least an attempt for Brody Waters, but it was blocked.
Yeah, good job of a little tenacious forechecking, but also a little bit of puck handling from Ferris. That you want to move that puck. They got to get that puck and move it quicker.
And Bowling Green with an icing call, 12:21 to go in this opening period. Of course, last night, a big win for the Falcons just to turn the tide a little bit against Ferris State. Ferris had won 5 consecutive meetings against the Falcons. And the Falcons won the season opener last year in Big Rapids over the Bulldogs. But then 6-0, in fact, was the score. Lost 4-1 the next night on the Saturday game. And that was right around this time, maybe a little earlier, November of last year. And then in February, Ferris State came here, pulled out a couple impressive wins, one of them in a shootout in the regular season. Of course, the 6 seed versus the 3 seed, Ferris State, Bowling Green, met up in the postseason. 2 overtime thrillers. Both went to the Bulldogs, and they advanced past the Falcons. A marquee victory for this Bulldogs program to advance onward into the next round of the Mason Cup playoffs. But the Falcons trying to turn the tide a bit in this series as they picked up the win last night.
Well, getting the win and then getting off to an early lead is really important.
Scardina just lowered the boom against Nick Hale. Behind the play, this puck is sent high into the zone. Schulteis gives it off to Hale. Now Schulteis, good pressure there from Scardina. That's that physicality that the Falcons love, having it back. Wozney's shot blocked by Schulteis and guided towards the boards.
Yeah, those are the type of hits, too, that as soon as the game wears on, especially in the second game, they start to pay dividends. It's like a line in football that really controls, gets the running game going. You wear a team down, too, and that's what Scardina and Fighton really have the ability to do.
Ozar intercepted. And now up the ice, Kirsten over towards Ozar. And just one defenseman, Shouty, in the way, somewhat interrupting that potential breakaway for the Falcons. Ozar back to the point, then plays it deep again. That got around Kirsten, who was tied up with one of the officials. Picorni now to Hayden Dole. And a shot right into the stomach of Cole Moore. Strong shot from Stepan Picorni, the senior, and lined up that one nicely, but a good save from Cole Moore.
It was, and that was kind of their first good scoring opportunity of the game. So far, the Falcons have had more chances and opportunities at their end.
Zach Fairmouth and Jaden Grant in the face-off circle. Bowling Green controls. And if there's one thing Ferris State did pretty well last night, especially early, won some key draws and actually had the lead as well on face-offs through 2 periods. Created some chances, but maybe not as many as they would have liked off of those face-off wins. That's one of the things, if you're Coach Daniels, you're hoping that your team continues to achieve those face-off wins and create some chances tonight, because maybe one of those will go in like it didn't last night. Jaden Grant and Emerson Good together there along the boards. Good hanging on to the puck. Good little pass to Dirks, who was near the top of the right circle. A shot into the glove of Cole Moore.
Yeah, nice little job of forechecking. Came off kind of a draw at the face-off. I thought the Falcons may have won it, but they didn't get control of it, and then Ferris was able to get a little offense off that. Just couldn't get, for lack of a better term, wood on the shot, which they don't have wood in their sticks anymore. But
still expensive if they break, though, especially on the college budget.
Still the term.
And that one's off the official, that puck. Luigi Benincasa cutting towards the net. Benincasa was able to throw one on net, was stopped by Moore. Venuto and Benincasa down below that goal line. Ferris wins that puck back. Jason Branshaw. Now Benincasa trying to center it, and does it in the middle for Venuto, but he didn't get what he wanted on the shot. It was a bit of a whiff, and it rolled right into Cole Moore. That was a great opportunity for Venuto.
Yeah, and about 3 seconds before, they were wide open in the slot. Oh, just couldn't get it or didn't see him, but there's some good offensive chances there for the Bulldogs.
1-0 Falcons. Late arriving crowd, but the Falcon fanatics having some fun today here in the student section. Bleacher Creatures hanging out. Time to take a look at those CCHA standings, and of course you'll notice a couple of those teams like Lake Superior State, St. Thomas already with 11 games played on the season, but Bowling Green, those 3 points last night, trying to get 3 more points tonight and move more into the middle of the standings if they can pull off a sweep here this weekend. But of course Ferris wants some points to try and salvage something. Good chance for Scardina. That was stopped, and then some pushing and shoving. And boy, Tallene went into the goal. And this is probably going to be a penalty on the Falcons.
Well, I think he's got both.
Fighton is going off.
Maybe not.
Fighton do it right away. A little pushing and shoving as well before the media timeout. And now a mistake for Seth Fighton, and that will result in a Ferris State power play chance.
I thought he may have gotten Ferris for the first hit on Brett Foe to kind of start all that, but usually you get the retaliation one.
2 minutes for roughing after the whistle. Yeah, here we go. Well, Tallene going over top of his goalie, but still in that case, Fighton should not have shoved the Bulldog, Tallene, and that leads to a penalty. And a shot there, Branchaw from a tough angle. Cycles it back to Messick. As this power play unit will look to execute. That one didn't miss by much. Good looking shot from the right side there from Jack Messick. Venuto over to Messick in the right circle. Across for Bradshaw, and he hit the bar and stayed out.
Wow.
He had an empty net.
That was an empty net is right.
And Venuto, in the meantime, will have to chase this puck down. Falcons try to get a change quick, and meanwhile, we have a stoppage. Boy, oh boy, Bradshaw, of course, he was such a pivotal part of the success of the Bulldogs late in the season, and he rang 2 posts. Benincasa, excuse me, not Bradshaw. Benincasa rang 2 posts. Wow, that is stunning.
Yeah, and Ozar was just a little late getting back, as that you really can't have that pass get through that cleanly.
My goodness. Big time break for Bowling Green. Tough blow for Ferris State. Benincasa hits 2 posts and it stays out. Meanwhile, Falcons there in neutral ice, making a difficult entry here for Ferris. Now winding into the zone. Good. Couldn't quite keep that pass on his tape. Hale. Now back to him. Hale and McLaren, the defenseman on this power play unit. McLaren, good passing down low. That's stopped by Moore.
That's a shot you'll give them. You're the Falcons. You'll give them that shot.
Ergang, a shot. Didn't miss by much. Rebound chance. And tried to wedge it in on the near side. And Cole Moore will cover up. Cole Moore again. Another nice stop as Ferris State had opportunities but couldn't quite put it past the Falcon goaltender.
Yeah, that's one of those when you're 6'6" and you have that little pad reach a little bit more. Just got it over there.
Yeah, kept the foot.
He's 6'4", it's in the net.
And Good with a nice shot too that he turned aside. This puck will leak out to the Ferris blue line. Remaining seconds of this power play. And Scardina trying to clear it. Shouty holds it in. Shouty. Venuto in the corner. Falcons about to get their man back. Benincasa, a shot. And another post. It looked like it bounced. Now a breakaway potentially up ahead for Fighton. It's just out of the reach of him. Benincasa, tough power play, multiple chances. Scardina, meanwhile, gets tripped there. Play continues, although he may have just kind of fallen over a Bulldog as he was trying to set up a pass. This puck is out of play. Lifted up and out.
Well, I tell you what, that power play that Ferris just put on was one of the best power plays I've seen where no results came out of it.
No.
I mean, there was 3 posts, had good movement. I mean, just for them, it just a little unlucky on some case.
Bowling Green had 1 power play where they essentially had possession in the zone for 2 minutes last night, and I would equate it to that, although even better, because the quality of chances were better for Ferris State, and they just rang a couple posts and couldn't get it past the Falcon goalie Cole Moore. And this one kicked to the glass. Ferris trying to get that puck. Instead, Wozni will, but turned it right back over to Ferris. Tyler Schleppe sends it around. Trying to send that on net. Nick Nardicia, of course, always good speed, a scrappy forward with his Bulldogs team, the junior from Macomb, Michigan. Nardicia has it again. Right back to the point, and this shot, a rebound knocked out there of the grasp of Moore. He nearly had it covered up. And now we're going to have another stoppage. We have a high stick.
Yep.
Yeah, I One of the players, I thought, took a high stick there. We'll see. Is there a penalty here? There may be potentially a penalty on the Falcons as well. Yeah. And Ben Wozni gets a 2-minute penalty for high sticking. And look at the shots, too, starting to really move in Ferris State's direction in this first period.
Yeah, the last 3-4 minutes, they've just been winning every battle to the puck. And usually what happens when you create that much offensive pressure, you're going to draw a penalty at some point because you can't get a change. You get a little tired. They're controlling the puck, and then bad things happen. And they've earned that, in essence, the Bulldogs, by making it happen.
So now the Falcons back on the kill. And that puck knocked down in front. May have been from Sternberg there. Knocked down another shot. Ferris now right back towards Ergang. And Hale the shot. That one kept out of the net as well. Colmore still was able to track it, although there was a lot of traffic in front of him. Of course, this Ferris State power play 0 for 3 last night. Came in at 15% for the season, just over 15%. 7 for 46 entering the series, 7 for 50 now. That one off a skate, but deflected to Ergang. Falcons trying to create a turnover here. Grant nearly took it away, but they hold it in. Shouty, a shot blocked there. Good block shot there on Shouty. Tried to throw it into the middle. Quinn Emerson in the way. Now Shouty sends it around. Falcons with Jaden Grant. He's the only one there, and he's going to guide the puck down the ice. And Ferris was trying to essentially change in the middle of that. So now down to just 25 seconds left on the power play. Venuto will enter here for the Bulldogs. Venuto into the middle. That was for Bradshaw, but he never got his stick to it. Fighting. Backhands it down the ice. That should kill off the remainder of this penalty. And Seth Fighton takes it away. He had Scardina in the middle, but it was a backhanded pass. It didn't have enough on it. But look at the effort here. Fighton tried to throw it towards the middle, but it went on goal instead of finding Scardina. Nardicia now for Bradshaw on the left side. Right back to Nardicia, and a backhanded save there on a good backhanded shot. And it was stopped by Cole Moore. Ryan O'Hara slides it across out of the reach of Waters. Nardicia threw it back into neutral ice. There for Tyler Schleppe. And whiffed on that shot. Puck glanced towards the net for a moment here. Ben Wozni just recently out of the box. Lost the puck to Picorni. Picorni up the boards. A little 2-on-2 battle here. Trying to screen that shot. It was blocked. Nick O'Hannison took one for the team on that block shot.
Oh, I think he's got, he's got Ferris.
We'll see here. Too many men, potentially.
No, well,
2 minutes for roughing on Noel.
Yeah, he got up high on the check there, right in front of the bench.
Yeah, with the puck down on the north end, you could hear a little oohs and ahs behind the play. And a penalty for Noel. So after the Falcons killed off 2 penalties, now they're back on the power play, already 1 for 1 today.
Yeah. So probably give me 1 more minute.
Kirsten against Picorni. The face-off circle. Picorni wins it. Got it to the blue line. Not out. Nice stop by Parker. And then Santajuana was chopped down. The play continues. Kirsten tried to spin towards the net. Kirsten. Ozar near the half boards. Backhanded his pass out of the reach of Parker. And down the ice. So now Eric Parker will skate up for Bowling Green. Shots 12 for Ferris late in this period. Kirsten. Around it goes to Pasanen. Now Parker sends it down low for Santa Juana. And then Santa Juana, now Owen Ozar. Ozar gets it back from Parker, gives it off to Parker. There's a shot, and it was blocked right in front of Logan Stein.
That's what you got to do. You got to get those shots through the top and
down the ice it goes. That may have been Tallene with a nice block shot for the Bulldogs. Sternberg will skate in for BG. Tons of speed. Oh, lost possession though, did the Falcons. Taken away by Holden Dole. And he'll send it down the ice.
Yeah, that's kind of an unforced error right there. It's forced, but you've got to be able to control that puck.
Falcons looking for an entry. Nodler sends it around. Krieger lets it go. Sternberg at the point. Holding off Benincasa. Ferris rallying to the puck here. Sensed an opportunity to take it away, and they did. It's gliding along the boards down the ice. Ferris State will burn off this penalty.
Ferris State back at full strength.
And the Falcons now racing up the ice with O'Hara. O'Hara had to go essentially 1-on-2 there, taken away by Dirks.
1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute.
Ferris with some urgency late in this period. Good. Enters the zone. Good. A shot on Moore. And he'll make the save. Down to 49 seconds remaining in this opening period.
Yeah, it's been interesting because in those first 7-8 minutes, BG, the Falcons kind of had the play, even though they didn't have the shots on goal. And then a couple penalties, and then it taken about 8-9 minutes of Ferris really controlling the play. And followed up now by a penalty by Ferris. So
and trying to drag and take a shot, Dirks, but the puck was taken off the tape. Falcons do send it down the ice. They're going to have to win this battle to the puck. Logan Stein will come out to get it. So there's going to be no icing. Fairmouth dangerously left it there for his teammate. Nearly led to a turnover. Now Brett Foe into the zone for BG. Seth Fighton with 10 seconds left. Parker sends it back down low for Fighton. Parker with a shot, didn't make it through. And Jack Messick skated away with the puck, and that ends the first period of play. The Bowling Green Falcons heavily outshot 13-5 in period 1, but they have the lead on the power play goal from Josh Nodler, his third of the season. BGSU will take it, although I'll tell you there's certainly a lot to work on for the Falcons going into period 2.
yeah, but I mean, you come out, you build on the positive. You're up 1-0. Your power play went 1 for 2, but they've got to have a little more energy, start winning those loose pucks, because the Bulldogs were winning those loose battles in the latter part of the period.
Yeah, certainly a lot of urgency for the Bulldogs tonight with trying to salvage some points in this series, potentially even a full split, and they're certainly playing with some urgency, some great execution on the power play. Again, if you're Coach Daniels, you like a lot of what you saw in that period. They just didn't get the result.
Yeah, I mean, look at, they hit 3 posts. They got, or one shot went off twice and hit another one and had good movement and you got to feel good if you're Ferris State going into this period saying you don't have to change much, you just got to keep going at it and keep doing what you're doing.
All right, and Coach Ty Eigner is downstairs with Grace. Grace?
Coach, congratulations on last night's win. Bowling Green is currently up 1-0 on the board. How do you feel about this first period?
Well, thank you for last night's win, and we did a nice job on the power play. That's something we talked about coming into the game, is doing a better job with our power play, because we've had some opportunities, but we just haven't been able to capitalize. So good job for the power play to go ahead and get us the 1-goal lead.
How do you want to keep that score in your favor moving into this next period?
Well, we need to stay out of the penalty box. Ferris State did a nice job on their power play and hit a post and had some really good looks. So for us to stay 5-on-5 and stay out of the penalty box will be key moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Grace. A 1-0 lead for the Bowling Green Falcons as we have reached our first intermission report. We'll take a break and come back and look back at that opening period of play in just a moment on CCHA TV. And welcome back to the slate. 1-0 Falcons in the lead over the Ferris State Bulldogs here at the first intermission. And of course, a very exciting first period of play. We saw both power play units have opportunities to score, and this one, Josh Nodler found a way to beat Logan Stein for the only goal of the period.
Yeah, and you can see right in front just that traffic just a little bit. Take your eye off it, and goalie can't see the puck for a fraction of a second, and that's all you need sometimes. But you got to get that puck through.
And they did for a big-time goal there, and of course, lots of penalties in that period. We saw a big-time hit there. Ethan Scardina lowering the boom, and Falcons, of course, one of the stories of that period, 3 posts for the Bulldogs. They just couldn't get the puck luck either to get one past Cole Moore.
Yeah, and you know, right now, Cole Moore's got to be in their head right now if you're the Ferris State Bulldogs. I mean, you've gotten 4 periods now with no goals, so he's feeling better, and they're feeling a little bit, geez, what's going on? We can't get that puck through. Even when we beat them, we hit the post.
Yeah, you certainly start to feel a little more stressed as time goes on with the longer and longer you cannot score, especially when you consider how many chances, how many shots just total from Ferris State dominating in that capacity. But one of those things that has shifted that we were looking into yesterday, Bowling Green leading that face-off battle, certainly can help with trying to create chances down the road.
Well, looking at those comparisons, Bowling Green at least got the first one, which is the main one, the goals, and then face-off wins significant and a power play. But if you're the Falcons, and conversely, if you're the Bulldogs, that shots on goal, 13-5, you're not too happy with that. If you got to do more than getting 5 shots. And the Bulldogs are getting the shots and getting the opportunities so far as well.
Yeah, certainly a very exciting first period of play. Bulldogs have to feel like they're getting close. They just cannot quite find the back of the net. And of course, goalie comparison, not a ton to look at if you're Logan Stein, but one of those found the back of the net, the shot from Josh Nodler. And Cole Moore up to the challenge again with 13 saves so far in that first period.
Yeah, not only has he made the saves, though, but he hasn't been giving up the rebounds, too. He's been able to control everything, and he's had good scoring chances against them, but he's not giving them that second chance, and that's really important.
Certainly good results for the Falcons, but Ferris State still chomping at the bit. Still plenty of time to try and at least get the equalizer in this one. 1-0, Falcons in the lead over the Ferris State Bulldogs. First intermission festivities continue in a moment. Bowling Green with a 1-0 lead over Ferris State. We're getting you set for the second period of play. Kevin, Bill, and Grace with you today on the call. Thanks for joining us. Time to take a look at this day, or out-of-town scoreboard first, and then we'll do this day in history. Northern Michigan tried to split that weekend series against CCHA leading Michigan Tech. They've been in front for most of the way, 3-1. Wildcats leading that game in Marquette. Lake State tied with Bowling Green, 12 points on the season, although Lake State also has played 2 more games than Bowling Green to this point. They're trying to knock off Bemidji State. They're up 2-0 in the second, and St. Thomas and Minnesota State will be starting that game shortly, about 10 minutes of time. Now to our This Day in History segment. On December 9th, 1992, at a 5-2 Bruins loss to the Sabres, Boston's Gordy Roberts became the first U.S.-born player to play in 1,000 NHL games. Quite an achievement for Mr. Roberts. That was December 9th of 1992. That's a little while ago.
And that was a big deal back then.
Yeah.
There weren't a lot of Americans that were playing in the NHL, and now the roster is like close to a third of the league is American-born players.
So the Bulldogs in the white sweaters will move left to right in this second period of play. The Falcons in brown today. Typically see brown on the road, but the Falcons in brown tonight at home, moving right to left in this second period. To the point here. This puck missing the net. Schulteis tried to send it back. It was a knuckle puck wide of the goal. Schulteis, another one rifled wide and then batted towards the crease by Zach Fairmouth, but that one went to the half boards. Now Braden Krieger for BGSU. Just missed the pass there for Emerson. It went in on goal. One question mark the Falcons will have as they knock this puck down, keep it in. Falcons towards the goal. Logan Stein was able to at least take that puck away for a moment. O'Hara now for Wozni, tough angle, and that shot altered by Nick Hale. Falcons.
That looked like a great scoring opportunity there, but just never developed.
Now O'Hara racing down the middle. And that one off the goalie Stein, a save. Tough angle shot. Guide along, that's off Branchaw. And here comes Ferris State with Antonio Venuto. Venuto takes a shot. And that's stopped by Cole Moore. Venuto creating a chance on the rush.
And he controlled the rebound. And so, a good scoring opportunity, makes the save, no follow-up, whistle. That's goaltending 101 right there.
One of the main question marks that the Falcons will have to try and solve in this second period. Ferris, the way they controlled the play over the last half of the first period, almost alarmingly so. And another glove save. Shouty shut down by Cole Moore. Another stop.
Well,
but if you're Coach Eigner, it was maybe almost a little alarming how much of the play was carried by the Bulldogs late in the period.
Just talking to Coach Buddy Powers on his way up at the start of the second period, they felt they were in good shape, but then they took 2 penalties, and it was the penalties that's what kind of changed the momentum. And we had talked about that earlier, and that's what you got to do. You got to be smart. You can't give the opponent any advantage. You just got to keep going after them, both physically but also mentally. And that was an after the whistle penalty. So those are the ones that you really have to eliminate.
Brett Foe leaves it there for Nick O'Hannison. We have seen a little bit of Breck McKinley today, a little bit of Spencer Schneider. No Jack Blake, though, so far today. He, of course, took a pretty big hit last night, did Jack Blake, and has not been involved. Wozni, this puck around the boards, down the ice. Messick trying to get there before Scardina did. They gave it to the point. Down low now for the Falcons, but another chance that really didn't come to fruition. Santa Juana couldn't turn towards the goal. And he's fended away from the puck.
Those are the scoring opportunities you have to take advantage of. At least get a good shot on goal.
Casa, they tried to throw it in front. Santa Juana there in the slot to take it away. Owen Ozar has Kirsten with him, left it behind him for Santa Juana. Santa Juana now to the point here for Sternberg. Attrister didn't make it through, but went right back to Sternberg. Down below for Spencer Kirsten, who hammers it in. 2-0 Bowling Green.
Boy, what a nice job by Sternberg, spotting him off to the left. Instead of taking the shot, he went over, just dropped that pass down.
There's been plenty of Falcons going towards the net that have been maybe too open early in this period, and finally it cost Ferris State.
See, he really thought, if you look at Logan Stein, he thought Sternberg was gonna shoot, and he kind of got himself ready for that shot and just couldn't move over. So that was a really, really nice heads-up play by Sternberg to set that up.
5th goal of the season for Spencer Kirsten, the senior from Waterloo, Ontario, and the transfer from Princeton. And it's 2-0 Bowling Green. That goal coming at 3:14. The assist from Santa Juana and Sternberg. The primary assist to Sternberg. 2-0 Falcons. And again, Falcons being outshot 15-7, but they have the 2 goals tonight. Turn around the boards. O'Hara pinching in here to try and help. Here in the corner. Falcons get that puck to the point. O'Hannison the glass, sends it around. Quinn Emerson, Ryan O'Hara held up down below by McLaren. And they get the puck out to the Bulldogs. Falcons collect near their blue line. Nodler up ahead for O'Hara. Takes a hit from Fairmouth. Knocked him off the puck, but Nodler came to retrieve. Nodler seeking O'Hara. Finds him near the blue line. This puck along the boards. Brody Waters gets it back to the point for Passanen. And that shot goes just wide of the mark. Near center ice, Fairmouth trying to go around Wozni. Passanen, first one there for BG. This one rides along the ledge, that puck. Wozni. He was bumped away by Dirks. Now Emerson Good gives it off to Hale. Didn't receive the puck cleanly, off Dirks and into the zone. Moore trying to help Sternberg there. Up ahead, Seth Fighton and Scardina and Fighton got in each other's way there, and Scardina tripped up. Dole into the zone, left it. Good pass. Right idea for a shot, but it was batted to the boards. Get the Falcons in the way, and they send this puck down the ice. Shouty retrieves for Ferris. Dole into the zone, goes wide. Dole into the middle, and a shot and a goal for Ferris State. They're on the board for the first time in this series. It's Travis Shouty who makes it 2-1.
Yeah, and you know, this is one of those things in the second period you can't get your line changed. The Falcons were a little tired, and that was just a nice job down low and the shot into the slot, and Cole Moore had no chance, but that was a real nice bang play.
Maybe that's the lift the Bulldogs needed. Travis Shouty with his first goal of the season, the sophomore from Marysville, Michigan, and the 5th goal of his career. 2-1.
Just a little tired late in the shift. We're just a little slow getting back.
5:22 the goal. The time of the goal. Holden Dole the assist. Ozar into the corner. Ozar trying to walk along the goal line here. Him and Benincasa battling away to the point. O'Hannison holds it in. Falcons now turn and head in. Kirsten across for a quick one-timer. And now out in front again. Santa Juana just missed. Quick pass for Santa Juana. And he couldn't quite get it past the scrambling Logan Stein. This backhanded just missed the crease. So Santa Juana up ahead for Kirsten.
That shift, they really took advantage of their speed. They were really doing a good job of forechecking and just staying on the loose pucks. And that's what the Falcons need. After a goal, you need a shift like that to try to start taking that momentum back.
Nardicia was offsides, so that's why we have the face-off. Headed into the Falcon zone. This puck set down the ice. Wozni chasing it. It's an icing on Ferris State. We'll have to keep this unit out there. And we've seen in games where the Falcons have had a multi-goal lead, that swing goal to maybe take it to 3, or instead the deficit trimmed back to 1. That has hurt the Falcons a couple times this year. That's a big goal for Ferris State to try and keep that momentum going, to stick with it. Even though they were down 2-0, now a 2-1 game.
And this is like a 5-on-4 because you got one of the Ferris players without a stick.
Falcons will hope
you want to
try
take advantage. No, you got it. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Couldn't keep it in.
Well, there is the long change, though, in this period.
And he still doesn't have his stick, so there's still another opportunity there.
Emerson for Krieger, then threw it back in front. There, Logan Stein had to knock that puck away. Lifted up and out by Nardicia. Down the ice for Passanen. Passanen, tons of speed. Enters the zone. Puck glance towards the boards. Pasanen now for Nodler coming in, and a save by Stein.
Nice play by Nodler, but also an equally nice save by Stein on that one. Was able to stay with it.
Looked like Nodler was going to have his second of the night. And a wrister stopped by Stein. Again, good wrister there from O'Hannison from the right circle. Falcons strong forecheck here. Ferris finally gets it out. Fairmouth too far out of the reach, intercepted by Sternberg. And now O'Hara. Just stayed onside was Waters. But this puck's out of the zone. Sternberg lifts it back in. Falcons have to retreat. They'll get a quick change. Parker chase this one down. Parker bumped off the puck. Falcons with Seth fighting, gives it off to Foe. Foe goes down. And just a little incidental contact there. Dole up the ice here for Ferris State. As Ergang on that far side. Messick wristed, but Corney will retrieve the puck. Ergang cutting is Shouty. Shouty trying to come around the net. And the Falcons defensed him nicely there. And Scardina trying to go one-on-one. Now look out, Falcons with numbers. Scardina across, and he just missed the pass. It was right there for him, but it couldn't stay on his tape.
Yeah, I think that puck just kind of hopped over. It was kind of just a hard one to control. The right idea, though.
Falcons again racing in here. Spencer Kirsten left it for a shot, and that one stopped by Stein. Boy, Falcons creating some good looks here. Nearing the halfway point of the second. Venuto. And into the slot area. Glove down by Branshaw. Branshaw, tough angle shot. And Cole Moore had to hug that post.
That was a sneaky one, yeah.
Benincasa wraparound, stopped by Moore. Santa Juana up the ice now for Ozar. And he'll lift it into the zone, and then Ozar takes a check. And may have been an inadvertent whistle there. Accidental. But 9:39 to go, second period. Both these teams have found the back of the net in period number 2. 2-1. Time to take a look at some series history. Of course, these rivals go way back to December 15th, 1978. The first meeting that the Falcons had, they won 11-5. Last 10 matchups, Ferris State, of course, as we had mentioned, had that 5-game winning streak until yesterday. Average points per game. Ferris also has had a nice boost, but Bowling Green, you had to go back to February 2020, the last time they won back-to-back at home. And this Ferris team, of course, very, very tough to beat. So this is going to be an exciting game. We had an exciting 1-0 game last night. We have a very exciting 2-1 game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Bob Daniels has always done a great job of having the Ferris State Bulldogs prepared and ready to go, and you're gonna be in a game. You may win a game, but it's not going to be easy, playing against them. And it's exactly the way this game's going. To your point, it's a 2-1. This is as exciting a 2-1 game as you're going to see.
Falcons win the face-off here. So we're now past the halfway point of the second. Hannison. And they guide it back to Wozni. Off kicked by Krieger down the ice and then booted by McLaren. This gives Grant a second chance to get to the puck. He lost his stick and he's going to hold up McLaren. Now looks like Grant will get a new stick. And this puck rolling into the slot area, trying to fling it down low for Schleppe. And now the Falcons get it to Quinn Emerson. Hale near the blue line, intercepted it. Krieger pushed him off the puck, took it away. Falcons now will possess. Of course, last night we had the holiday game with the Christmas theme, a couple Christmas sweaters last night as well. BG City Schools night, skate with the Falcons tonight, which is a Big tradition here at Bowling Green. AJ saying there used to be seemingly 200 people on the ice at times back in the days. Had some very pleasant memories of skating with the Falcons and the fans. Oh, we have a penalty coming up here. It looks like a trip's coming up. And that's going to be Emerson Good heading to the box, the freshman from Anaheim, California. And a chance for Bowling Green to execute on the power play. Ferris was 0 for 2 in that first period. Bowling Green 1 for 2 on the power play in the opening period.
When you get a chance, you're 8:19 to go in the second period. You're up by a goal. These are those opportunities that you really want to take advantage of.
Falcons with a clean win to Foe. Scardina also out there, along with Seth Fighton and Jaden Grant on this power play unit. Scardina a shot with Jaden Grant trying to screen it. Oh, that hopped over the stick of Wozni, who now has to win the puck here. Jacob Dirks was racing after it. It's a bit of a mistake by Wozni. Left it for Brett Foe. Foe skating up the ice for BG. Foe was trying to get it to the front, could not. But now Scardina in front there for Fighton. Close call. Wozni around for Scardina. Scored from that left side on the power play yesterday. Wozni tried to fit a shot through. It was blocked there by Picorni. Jaden Grant around for Foe. Halfway through the power play, and looks like they're going to create a turnover. Scardina, good help defense there, took it away from Messick, who was trying to have a breakaway, shorthanded. Brett Foe, long shift for him on the power play. Krieger.
He's coming off now.
Yeah, they'll get Ryan O'Hara out there for the remaining 40 seconds. Nodler slides it across and tried to get it back to Waters, missed on the pass. Sternberg for Nodler, top of the left circle. Now Sternberg down low looking for a tip. Good call there from Krieger, and it tipped wide.
Got it through.
Sternberg, dangerous pass, and knocked away by the Bulldogs and down the ice. Falcons trying to have one last rush. Krieger into the zone. They have some numbers here. Krieger down low, rolling in on Stein. Falcons took it in for a goal. Josh Nodler, his second of the night. It's 3-1.
You take that puck and you go to the net, and that's what happens.
The fans even were the delayed reaction. Josh Nodler is second of the night, and the Falcons get that much-needed power play goal.
Yeah, just when it looked like they were going to get through the power, like they weren't going to score in the power, but they got that one last rush.
Well done by Nodler. Stein was looking at the puck in front of him, and then it glanced off to the side, and that's where Nodler retrieved it and scored for the second time today. Nodler on the power play from Krieger and O'Hara at 13:37.
You know, and that's the difference. 2 for 3 on the power play, and it's a 3-1 game. And, you know, you just get chances. When you're on the power play, you get opportunities. And
Schulteis, of course, just trying to hammer that puck out of there, but Nodler knew it. They found the back of the net. 2 huge power play goals for Bowling Green tonight. And right now, the difference in this game, that execution on the power play. And also seeing the shots tighten up just a little bit after a successful power play. Now 19-15 Bulldogs. We'll see if we have enough scoring chances. Of course, similar to last night, shot totals so high for both teams yesterday evening. Oh, close call there, and tried to jam in a backhanded.
High stick, yeah.
Yeah. A high stick, and there was an open net for Branshaw. He tried to backhand it in. A scrambling Cole Moore. Eric Parker was in the net, in the crease. Close call for Ferris State as they try to have an instantaneous response to the Falcon goal.
Yeah, that's what you got to do when you get scored on and you come back like that. You try to create some offense, and they certainly did that in that last shift. And now you're the Falcons. You just want to take advantage of that goal, and you really want to try to finish this period strong in the last 5:43. And you certainly don't want to give anything up, but if you can add one, that's even better.
Dole and Grant will be on this face-off. Just some friendly banter from the benches. Steve McKinchak, Colin Crowforce, the referees tonight, Nick Huff, Patrick Giles on the lines. We have another penalty.
Got a hold on Ferris.
Yeah, that's a mistake for the Bulldogs. McLaren, the captain, the senior from Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, and he's headed to the box. And so now the Falcons, who have already scored 2 power play goals tonight, really have a chance to put a stranglehold on this game. 2 minutes for interference, and this power play will start late in the second. And Falcons did win the draw, but cleared their own zone on accident. So Ryan O'Hara cross there for Waters. Good pass to get Waters a clean entry into the zone. Nodler now for Sternberg. Rister looking for a tip. And that one steered aside. No, Sternberg, that pass missed him. He has to retreat. Good move there to win the puck from Picorni, who was really looking to create a chance, shorthanded. O'Hara. And O'Hara wasn't out until late in that last power play. Him and Nodler. Of course, Nodler with 2 goals on the power play tonight. O'Hara goes wide on that shot.
That's what they were looking for. That's what they wanted, and they got it, but just weren't able to.
Stepan Picorni plays this puck down the ice. Him and Sternberg come together. Picorni nearly got the puck into the middle. O'Hara will head down for BG. Falcons want a quick change here. Santa Juana, Posited, played it back for Parker. This puck exits the zone, right back in. But the Falcons will wait for Ferris to make a decision on what they'll do. Parker retrieves it near his own blue line. Move it off to Passanen. And now Spencer Kirsten, always good speed. Here he comes. Kirsten stops on a dime.
He needs some help down on his side.
And they got it to the blue line, just off the glove of Parker and out. Not as great of execution so far on this power play for BGSU. And it looks like the time will expire. Ferris going to weather the McLaren call for interference, it appears. And Kirsten just lost an edge. They're skating in, or else he may have had a chance. Foe leaves it there for Ozar. Ozar back for Foe. Falcons with good spacing here. A shot, save, rebound, came out and just missed the stick of Ozar. Yeah. Juicy rebound for Owen Ozar, and then a shot from outside the blue line from Nick Hale, swallowed up by Cole Moore. Falcons, though, do create a nice chance even after the power play expired. Logan Stein still another solid night in net. Falcons really creating some high-quality looks, difficult to stop. Even though they've had less overall shots, great chances for BG today. That shot sent wide of the goal from Connor McGrath. Fairmouth now at the point, backhanded along by Hale. Dirks bumped by Wozni. Off the stick here. Falcons trying to find Krieger. That was Quinn Emerson. Wozni kept in the zone. A shot by Emerson, stopped by Stein, and he has to smother the rebound. A bit of a tricky shot there, going low and to Stein's left.
Yeah, it actually was. He was moving a little to his right, and it kind of fooled him a little bit, but he was able to control the rebound and not give anything up.
Nodler against Dole in the face-off to the right of Stein. Sternberg trying to bump Ergang, who had tons of speed coming in. He goes down near the boards. Ergang nearly was able to draw a penalty there on Bowling Green.
Yeah, Bob Daniels was asking for it on that one.
I wouldn't have been shocked if they potentially would have called an interference there. O'Hara now for Nodler. Ooh, lost an edge again. The ice might be a little choppy on that side. Both him and Kirsten on that side have kind of tripped over themselves. Tallene sends it across for Stepan Pokorny. Tallene comes to help. Parker. On the ice it goes. Santa Juana backhands it into the zone. Tallene. Played it up ahead. Schleppy. Taken away by Kirsten. He's trying to lift his stick. Kirsten smushed up against the boards. Stuck with it. Now a battle for the puck comes loose to the Bulldogs. Connor McGrath. Left it for Schleppy. Sends it into the zone. Adichia takes a check from Nick O'Hannison. A physical part of the Falcons' game plan today. And Foe trying to send it down the ice and went out of play. With 1:11 to go in the second.
Got a little break on that because it would have been an ice, but because it hit the bench first, they were able to get a line change.
So it was like a well-designed non-icing.
Well, it's in the neutral zone also.
Benincasa shot off the shoulder of Moore. Made the stop. That one nearly handcuffed him. Wozni.
1 minute.
And they get it out to center ice. Travis Shouty throws it over to Messick, who whiffed on a pass, but Fighton couldn't intercept the puck. Messick will take his time. Shouty sends it into the zone near side. Wozni off the glass and down.
Yeah, good play. Just get it out. You're getting the last under a minute to go.
Now both teams kind of look like they're gearing for the third period. A little slower play towards the end of this second. Bradshaw now sends it across. Shouty, look out, Shouty, and saved by Moore. Already has a goal tonight. Travis Shouty nearly had another one. And that shot blocked. Intended shot from Messick. This is up into the netting with just a couple seconds to play. Like the desperation from the Falcons, they're blocking a couple opportunities from the Bulldogs late in the period. Had the right idea.
I didn't think he's going to do it, but sometimes when you're under force around 3.5 seconds, you can pull your goalie, but that's a little too much time left. If you lose the draw, you have time, it can go down, but
interesting strategy. Didn't think about that, but yes, it's a risk if you have too much time.
Times when you're down 3-1, it's like that's. I know there's still a period to go, but.
And a face-off win for Ferris State, but it's out of their zone. And Emerson Good tracked it down, and that was interesting because Brendan McLaren essentially went down into the slot area right before the face-off, and if he would have stayed in his original alignment there, he maybe would have had a shot on goal at the end, but instead, as it goes, no chance for Ferris State at the end, and the period closes.
Yeah, that was a clean draw, clean win.
But Bowling Green will take a 3-1 advantage to the third period. BGSU certainly will take it, that lead, but tons of time here for the Ferris State Bulldogs to try and answer in this third period, and they of course already had cut a 2-goal lead down to 1 once. So they're going to try and do that once again in period 3. Josh Nodler is downstairs with Grace Bryant. Grace?
Josh, you've put 2 points up on the board for Bowling Green. Can you walk us through that last goal?
Yeah, it was a really good entry there on the power play. I think it got moved up from the far blue line up to Krieger. He did a good job cutting the middle and got on net and just bang home the rebound. It was a good play by everybody.
After giving up a goal in this period, how are you guys going to keep the Bulldogs out of your net in this third and final period?
I think we should keep being relentless. I think we've been sticking to our systems and our identity, and we can't give it up in the third. It's got to be our best period, and we'll get the job done.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
Well, 3 goals in a busy second period for both these teams, and Cole Moore kept doing what he's been doing all series as well with a couple key stops.
Really what he's been doing all season,
Yeah.
you know, just playing really well and, like I said, controlling his rebounds, and we saw there. That was a really nice play by Sternberg. Thought that he was going to shoot, just froze the goalie for a second, Stein, and then just a fraction of a second, and then just got it over there, and obviously Kirsten did a nice job of putting it home.
Sternberg with the pass to Kirsten, and then Shouty. Big time goal here for Ferris State, and had to feel good for them to finally get on the board, and this is the Falcons sticking with it in the dying seconds of a power play. Josh Nodler finds the back of the net again.
Yeah, you just go to the net and things happen. I mean, banged at the puck, it hit the back of Stein and went in the net, and that's what happens. You just make things happen. They're not all pretty, perfect goals. They're just taking that puck, going to the net, creating traffic, and getting it in there, and that's what you have to try to do.
And the Falcons with a 3-1 lead. Second intermission continues in a moment on CCHA TV. Time to take a look at some team comparison statistics. Bowling Green a 3-1 lead over Ferris State after 2 periods of play. Again, you sat for the third period here at the Madhouse on Mercer. And of course, in that second period, we saw the Falcons battle away. They did trim that shots on goal advantage. 22-17 now in favor of Ferris. Still, the shots attempted well in Ferris's favor. One thing that if you're the Bulldogs that you like, look at the face-offs in that period. In fact, if my count is correct, it was 13-4 potentially.
It was 14-7 in BG's favor after the first period.
Yeah, big time swing for them there.
And that helps you control the play when you win faceoffs, so that's something you build on as well. But the Falcons have done their job so far. They won the first period by a goal, won the second period by a goal, and that's why they're up 2. And that's the way you always look at the game from a coaching standpoint. You're playing 3 periods, it's like 3 games within the game, and that's the way it always is. And so now the Falcons just have to play good defensively. If they get a goal, great, but don't give Ferris any odd man rushes throughout the third period.
12-9 the shots on goal in favor of the Falcons in period number 2, and the power play making a big time difference for the Falcons so far. As we look at again at the goalie comparison, Logan Stein trying to hang in there for his team, but the quality of looks for Bowling Green are what are finding the back of the net and beating him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, shots on goal are important, but it's the quality of the shots. But the key so far has been at different times of this game, teams taking kind of a bad penalty. That's created the momentum that in both teams' case at different times in the game. That's something we're going to have to rewatch in the third period.
And of course, we'll take a look too at the out-of-town scoreboard as well before we head into this third period of play. Northern Michigan does split that series. They win 3-1 in Marquette over Michigan Tech today. So those 2 teams each get 3 points this weekend. Lake Superior State looks like they're going to split with Bemidji State. And of course, Lake State's one of those teams that's been maybe a little lower down in the standings. And that goes to show you, anyone can go on the road and win in this conference. They haven't won yet, but they do lead 4-1 in the third period in St. Thomas and Minnesota State early on in Mankato, the Tommies and the Mavericks.
And we're 10 or 11 games in, 12 games into the CCHA season. So now the trends basically is anybody can beat anyone on any given day. There is no dominant team like we saw in Minnesota State over the last few years. They're all good from top to bottom, have the ability to beat anybody at any time.
One more break before the third period begins. Bowling Green 3, Ferris State 1, here on CCHA TV. Third period about to begin here at the Slater Family Ice Arena in Bowling Green, Ohio, on the campus of BGSU. The Falcons with a 3-1 lead over the Ferris State Bulldogs. Kevin Peel, Bill Sweetie, Grace Bryant with you on the CCHA TV broadcast. Brandon Walters leading our technical team tonight. Thanks for joining us. Both these teams trying to secure some much-needed points. Still fairly early on in CCHA play, but every game so important. The Falcons try to take all 6 this weekend if they can hang on and win in regulation. Currently with 12 points, tied for 5th in the standings. Ferris State right now in last with 8 points, but as we know, this team can beat anyone. They are as tough to beat as anyone. And the Bulldogs hanging in there, but they'll have to find a way to create some offense here in period number 3. And this one sent towards the goal. Cole Moore will cover up early on in this third period. And this is going to be interesting to watch, in particular with Ferris State. One of the things that Coach Daniels was mentioning coming into this series, after Ferris won 5-2 on the Friday night last week, they lost 7-1 to St. Thomas, but it wasn't as maybe lopsided as the score might suggest. But one of the things they struggled with, because they were only playing with 6 defensemen last week, was that the energy level was low in that third period, or in that second game as a whole. Wozni, this shot wide of the goal, and so they're going to have to find a way to keep that energy level in this third period here and try and find a way to sneak a couple past Cole Moore.
Well, there's been no lack of energy to this point in the game from a Ferris State point.
Which is good. Excellent for the Bulldogs. And you would expect that from a well-coached team and a great roster. Shot on Moore, makes a save.
But they're certainly going to need the next goal. I mean, you get in the third period, you don't want to give up a 3-goal lead in so that the Bulldogs, the pressure's on them really to get that next goal. We'll probably start seeing in a few minutes, if it doesn't come up, the D maybe getting a little involved in the offense as well.
And a turnover. The Falcons helped them keep the puck in the zone. This forecheck has been very effective here on this possession. Now they finally get it out. And retrieved by Possedet at his own blue line. And Nodler plays it in for BG. Falcons 6-11 on the season overall. Ferris 5-9-1. Cutting towards the slot, Waters. O'Hara tried to get a shot off, but active stick there from Andy Noel did not allow it. Oh, Hannison skating now for BG. Sends it into the zone. Stein slows that puck down. Fighting. Trying to wedge his way past Schulteis. Falcons have it now with Brett Foe. Wrister on and a save by Logan Stein. Brett Foe with a deceptive wrist shot from the blue line, which was stopped.
Yeah, good start for the Falcons, a couple minutes in. And the difference as the season has progressed is they're comfortable in a 3-1 in a tighter game than I think in the past. They wanted to win their games, score the 4 or 5, so they're comfortable in a 3-1 game. And that showed with last night, the 1-0 game. We'll see. Interesting how the third period develops.
And this puck booted towards the goal. Cole Moore is manning his post. Fairmouth. Bulldogs enter. Good. Into the slot, a shot. Stopped by Moore. Rebound came out to Fairmouth. And now we have a broken stick. It's Ferris State. It's Dirks without a stick. Hale. Wrister, he scores! Hale from the blue line, the senior from Cary, North Carolina, with his first goal of the season. And Ferris State climbs to within 1 again.
Yeah, just good offensive pressure, and you know they got traffic in front of the goalie, so that's what happened. Moore did not see that puck as it got through.
And just as you're talking about a player, you see the Bulldog scrambling out of the zone, trying to get a stick. And ultimately, meanwhile, Hale is shooting on net, and he scores. So Ferris State with a huge goal at 2:49, assists from Shouty. Again, first of the season for Hale, and it's 3-2.
And that really just changes the whole chemistry of the period from both teams' standpoint. You know, now it's a one-goal game, so
Cole Moore has to cover up, and you know, maybe just a little more doubt as well in the mind of the Falcons with that momentum changing. Ferris starting to build some confidence here.
Well, not even so much the doubt as much as now you have to just keep playing like it's a 0-0 game if you're the Falcon. Obviously, you're not going to be sitting on a lead for 16 minutes. You have to keep going at it, and when you're up 2 goals, you'd be a little more conservative, but when you're up by a goal, it's still early in the period. You just got to play a normal game like you've been playing.
And this face-off, Lance towards the boards there, sent around. Venuto missed branch on. Shouty will play it. Travis Shouty having a huge night. Messick, a shot goes intentionally wide. The rebound, a missed Benincasa, who was waiting on the other side. Nearly had a put away there because Moore was out of position.
I think Kirsten just got his, just was a nice little job of coming back there. And
Emerson leaves it there for Wozni, a shot, and he goes just wide. Grant trying to play that puck deep. He cannot, and it's sent down the ice instead. Wozni got there for Bowling Green. Right back to him, though. Wozni off the stick of Krieger. Noel from the blue line. Off Erdang and into the zone. Wozni winds it around again. Falcons do get it out of the zone. Grant backhands it to Noel. Tip-off, step on Pokorny's stick and out of play. And we'll have a neutral zone face-off. Yeah, and this crowd, a pretty strong crowd, bit of a late arriving crowd. Of course, students on break. So not quite as many bleacher creatures today, but ultimately a little bit of anxiety in the building after that goal. Because Ferris climbed to within 1. Passanen up against the boards. Parker. Here come the Falcons with Brody Waters. Nodler goes to the corner. It's hit by Dirks. O'Hara plays it back. Sternberg, that's off the stick. Sternberg, wrister, and tons of traffic in front. Missed the mark.
Little quick release. That was nice. Got it right through right away, and that's what you got to do.
Emerson, good. No, another broken stick out there. His foes trying to cut into the middle. Nicely done by Shouty to get him off the puck. Fighting, backhands it in. Stein slows it down along that goal line. And the Bulldogs break out. Nardicia with a shot stopped by Moore. And the rebound came out to Passanen. Scardina, active stick. Schleppy going halfway down to the ice. Nice play off the boards, right back in. Come the Bulldogs. Across there for Benincasa. And that went off his stick and out of play. And Benincasa had a nice chance to open.
Yeah, that was a nice pass. He saw him coming right in, and it was there. It just jumped over his stick.
It's a bit unfortunate there for the Bulldogs because Benincasa was open. And Moore was scrambling, moving to his right, trying to cut off any sort of shot on goal.
They're in a pretty good place right now. They've had a good 4 or 5 minutes here of the third period.
Spencer Kirsten just kept coming. He does play the puck in. Stein finds it around. Ozar slows down the play. Falcons win this puck. Owen Ozar coming towards the net, leaves it for Brandon Santajuana. Late defensive play, stopped a
very
good
nice
opportunity.
defense play. That was a nice offensive opportunity there. And this line has been really good at making things happen and using their quickness, using their speed.
Jaden Grant just onto the ice, getting in on the action. Sternberg trying to direct that pass towards Parker. Instead taken away by Branshaw. Branshaw for Shouty, a shot blocked by Sternberg. Oh, big time
that was a big time block, yeah.
Because Shouty had another slot opportunity, and he already has a goal and an assist tonight. He was looking to tie this game. Ergang. Now for Dole. Pokorny enters the zone.
And looking down on the Falcon bench, they've called Dan Fisher over to see Sternberg, so that one hurt.
Dole. And no one can find the puck now. McLaren enters the zone for the Bulldogs. This is up and into the netting. 12:28 to go. This entire series played so close, most of it within a goal.
And that's pretty much the way the Falcons season has been all along. It's going to be a hard-fought, tight game.
And they're trying to hang on at home, get their first sweep of the season. And a long wait now. Fairmouth won the draw, but the Falcons were able to get the puck out of the zone. Sent back in, Possanen. With no Jack Blake tonight, we will certainly see how Sternberg is. That will be interesting. Falcons will need him down the stretch of this game. Fairmouth trying to go wide. Fairmouth still skating. Shoots, and that one in on more. Rebound chance. Couple pokes at it for the Bulldogs. And another one on goal, stopped by Moore. That one coming from the right side from Schulteis.
You got to be really careful here if you're the Falcons. No penalties after the whistle. Whistle blows, get out of there. Don't give anybody a power play at this time, at this stage in the game.
Ferris is playing exceptional 5-on-5 right now. Imagine power play. They are taking it to the Falcons. Shot disparity is widened once again in favor of the Bulldogs. And there's a penalty right on cue. And it looks like Sternberg may take it. Ask and you shall receive, it appears.
Yeah,
here's the penalty.
Yeah, I believe it's interference.
Nardicia goes down to the ice. Sternberg took him down, and that's a penalty. So the aforementioned power play looking for that first goal of the night and first power play goal of the series. Sternberg for interference at 8:09. Falcons can't clear it. They won the face-off, but they couldn't clear. Branshaw winding around. Branshaw lays it back to the point. Skipping puck. Kirsten nicely done. Got in the way, sent it down the ice.
And the thing that hurts with Sternberg taking penalties, he's a really good penalty killer too. And that's when you get a good defenseman out there that's really good at killing penalties. And they're in the box, you obviously can't use them.
Venuto across, Branshaw scores to tie the game. And just like that, the Bulldogs on the power play have evened this up at 3 apiece.
You know,
they'll give it to Venuto, but Branshaw was right there waiting.
Yeah, and it may have gone off a Falcon as well, but that's what happens when you just throw the puck at the net too. Good things have a tendency to happen.
There's another look at it.
Good walk for Wozni.
He was trying to guard on Branshaw, and it went right off the skate and in. Well, the 2-goal lead is gone, and Ferris has all the momentum. Falcons have to find a way. It's a brand new game. 11 minutes to go in this third period. Ferris if we were asking that question about energy level being troublesome for this team, it has been the exact opposite. Maybe it was an issue for them on Saturday last week, but not this week. This team's fighting for points.
No, they've got their legs right now with 10 minutes to, a little under 11 to go in the game. There's no issues with that.
And this building's silent. Ferris State Bulldogs. This most likely will be changed, but at least in the official score sheet, they have Branshaw with the goal and the assist from Venuto at 8:41. We'll see. Right now they gave the goal to Branshaw, but Branshaw, of course, had such a huge series. He had the shootout winner. And this puck scrambling, it was loose and then knocked into the puck, but they had already whistled it down.
Well,
and that's a break for Bowling Green.
And I believe they've got a Ferris penalty coming up here too. I don't believe he's got both.
Well, we'll see. Yep, Ferris going to the box. And it's just Emerson Good. So this is a blow.
See, watch this after the play right here. Yeah, they're going to call that every time.
Hit Jaden Grant up in the face. So the Falcons with the chance, right back on the power play, already 2 for 4 today.
And that was a gift because that, the whistle blew early, so obviously that there was no goal, and then to take the penalty. So this is an opportunity the Falcons really have to take advantage of right here.
Sternberg holds the puck in. That's a big hold at the blue line. And now a scramble to see who will get this puck as it's held up. And Ferris can't quite clear it. Sternberg, it's held up against the boards, but puck finally comes out of the zone. Sternberg plays it back for O'Hara. He will spin in his own end. 3 power play goals in total here on the night. And not a great pass there. Krieger does send it around. Waters, along with Shouty along the boards, tried to lift it out. Can't up, but it comes to Stepan Pokorny. Maybe a chance here for Ferris. Pokorny across! Stopped by Moore. And he robbed Jack Messick, who was coming in. And a shorty goal would have been a huge
save,
boost.
Yeah. But I think that all started in the offensive zone. From the Falcons' standpoint, they didn't get any offensive support, and to get that loose puck, Ferris got it and came out, and what great save by Moore right there.
That's maybe the first positive momentum swinging play this entire period for Bowling Green. That stop by Moore. As otherwise it has been all Ferris. Kirsten tried to leave it for Ozar. He will retrieve it. Ozar plays it over for Passanen. Kirsten spins. Trying to get this Ferris defense scrambling. That one deflected wide. Santa Juana for Kirsten, who's sent into the boards by McLaren. Santa Juana back to the point for Parker. Across, a shot there, low, and a stop made. It's off the head of Ozar and out. 20 seconds remaining on the power play. Parker. Now for Passanen, who will wait behind his own goal. The Ferris State Bulldogs going to kill off that penalty for Emerson Good. Wozni flings it along. Now Scardina across, a chance for Fighton. And then Fighton was tripped. The Falcons were asking for a call, and there's an icing. Fighton was right there in front, but the pass too hot for him to handle.
Yeah, that was a great scoring opportunity. Just jumped over his stick, and fans wanted a penalty, but it's going to be very rare you're going to get back-to-back penalties at this stage in the game.
Scardina against Fairmouth. Schulteis along the boards, off the stick of Good, down the ice. Icing for Ferris State. They'll come right back to the other end. 3-3 game here in this third period. And with how strong Ferris has been in this period, hard to say which direction this game's going to go. The momentum has been all Bulldogs, though, in period 3.
It only takes one shot, and this game has gone kind of ebb and flow back and forth a little bit as well, so at any point, the tide can turn.
And Emerson Good, take it away there. Shouty. Sternberg with a bit of a bump there on Jack Messick. Sternberg skating out with Krieger. Krieger sends it wide to the goal. Sternberg chasing there. And lost an edge there to Holden Dole. And now into the middle for Dole, a shot, and didn't make it through. There are tons of bodies there in front. Falcons send it down. This is going to be an icing. No, it's not. Waved off. Stein had to go play it. And it looked like Falcons were going to ice it for sure. Harris, Falcons here. Trying to win that puck in neutral ice. Glances back to Wozni. O'Hara just out of reach for him. Messick holding him off. 7 to go of the period. Wozni sends it back around. O'Hara was waiting. He's back behind the goal. O'Hara cutting to the net. And that nice shot stopped.
Nice opportunity there. Nice patience with the puck.
Kirsten driving the net. Left it for O'Hara. Who scores! Ryan O'Hara gets the Falcons the lead back at 4-3.
And that's the type of shift that they needed. And that just wasn't one-off shot. That was, they were working, they were making things happen in the offensive zone, and finally got that last opportunity. But they had several before that. Were just winning. They're winning the battles, which is the main thing. All that shift, they're winning all their little battles. That we haven't seen that throughout the entire third period.
Big time goal for Ryan O'Hara, his 9th of the season. From Kirsten and Wozni at 13:26 of this third period. And the Falcons, who have been down and out for a big part of this third stanza now, are back in front 4-3. But look out, Ferris right back in. And that one blocked. Branshaw going wide. Branshaw already has a goal of this period. Branshaw, that's off Sternberg and glanced to the boards. Branshaw now back to the point for Noel, and that hit a skate and went wide of the goal. And right back towards Benincasa. That glanced off his stick.
A nice breakup, a stick on the ice by Ozar there. But this is the shift that Ferris needed right after a goal. They're coming out, and
we have still not had the media timeout in this third period. This is really turning into a long stretch for these players. Ferris falling over one another here. Good enters the zone, and a bluff save by Moore, and let the rebound out. He's going to cover up and send us to that media timeout. 5:29 to go. Bowling Green back in front, 4-3. Wow, what a game between the Ferris State Bulldogs and Bowling Green Falcons. 4-3 game, 5:29 to go. And boy, I think that media timeout came at the right time, Bill. Those teams looked a little gassed before the break.
It was a long stretch to have your first media timeout, 5:29 left in the game. But that certainly sets up an exciting finish to this game.
Couple icings, the penalty as well mixed in there. So no timeout. Now these two teams trying to finish this out. Schulteis retrieves in his own end for Ferris, sends it into neutral ice. Wozni intercepts. Wozni and thrown off the puck there by Schulteis. He had a little extra push for him at the end. Fortunately, didn't embellish it too much. Emerson Good with a wrister, and it got batted around. Back to Hale, who already has a goal. Tried to tap it in on that edge. That was
close,
Fairmouth.
yeah.
Nearly scored. Hale And that blocked by Emerson, and it's out of the zone. And Hale has such a deceptive wrister, as you know, because Hale has that second goal of the game, and the first of this period. It came all the way from the blue line. Nodler tried to hack at the puck. Waters chasing it down. Messick got a hold of it for a moment. O'Hara and Shouty jousting away. Possonen at the blue line. Smartly plays it deep to Waters. Waters held up by Messick. Played it back behind the goal for Shouty. It's being chased by O'Hara, trying to lift that stick. Puck into the Falcon end. Shouty waits, shoots, and that hits the netting. It was deflected.
Nice job by Waters of going down, recovering, and then being able to block that shot. That was a very persistent, good defensive play right there.
Boy, shots 34-21 in favor of Ferris State. And I've just been so impressed with how they've executed on the 5-on-5 throughout this entire period, but even for good big chunks of this game.
Yeah, they're playing a smart, desperate type of game right now. I mean, when I say desperate, like, they're just very tenacious, and they've just had a good period so far. But the Falcons have responded, and now you're getting down to the under 4 to go.
They're understanding the situation, really wanting a win here tonight, these Bulldogs. Ozar into the zone, a wrister and a glove save by Stein, who sensed an opportunity and tried to fling the puck to his defenseman there, but it was after the whistle, and play stopped. Offensive zone faceoff will help the Bowling Green Falcons trying to close down this game.
Yeah, now when you're the Falcons, you're 3:38 to go. I mean, you always want to score a goal, but you want to make sure that you don't give them any entries where they're odd man rush. You want to have numbers coming back. You want to chip the puck out. You want to start working the clock in your favor. You still want to, every chance you get, if you can get it down low. And
Falcons did a great job keeping the puck in there. Venuto will skate out now for Ferris. Wozni trying to guide that puck along. Venuto, they get it over to the point. Schulteis, a shot. That's stopped by Moore. Schulteis was able to get it all the way through, and Cole Moore with another save.
Be interesting to see when Bob Daniels pulls the goal. Doesn't seem like he's going to do it here. Nobody's looking at him. It's 3:15 to go. My guess is the next opportunity, next stoppage of play down with the Falcon. If there's a face-off in the Falcon zone, we'll probably see that happen.
And with how many chances they've generated, even strength, does Coach maybe wait a little bit longer because of how they're playing?
Yeah, sometimes that plays, definitely plays into it. It's a feel. There's no like set way, but yeah, if you're getting some good opportunities.
Fairmouth skating in here for the Bulldogs. Sternberg bumped into the boards by him. Hawkins did get the puck down the ice, and Stein comes way out to grab that puck. Parker left it there for Emerson, who enters the zone. Emerson, good play there to keep it. Emerson held up against the boards. Emerson good. Jacob Dirks exiting the zone. Wozni defending. Back behind the goal, Dirks tried to get it to the point. Ozar cut him off down the ice. That will be an icing, though, for Bowling Green.
That wasn't a good ice. He had that puck. All you do is kind of chip it forward.
Yeah, Ozar had some room to roam, too. Yeah. Maybe a quick decision there. And it gives Ferris an offensive zone opportunity and maybe perhaps a timeout. Yep, they're going to take a timeout. Bowling Green will. Smart decision here by Coach Eigner. And Ferris may be able to come out of this with the empty net. We'll see. 2:17 to play in this one. And a very exciting finish certainly on hand. Of course, the Falcons will play at Bemidji State coming up this week, Thursday and Friday, 8:07 puck drops in Minnesota. And meanwhile, for the Ferris State Bulldogs, They still have one more game before they break for the holidays against Lake State. That's coming up a week from tonight at 5:07 before they head to, not very far, Great Lakes Invitational, Van Andel Arena, Michigan State, and also they'll play on the Friday, the 29th of December. Michigan State will be the 28th of December, the opponent from Ferris State. So Bowling Green, after this Bemidji State series coming up, has the holiday to kind of recoup. They only play an exhibition game on the 30th against Windsor here at the Slate, and then a non-conference series against those Ohio State Buckeyes.
So he's out. They pulled the goals in,
Yep.
so now we got 6-on-5, 2:17 to go. Faceoffs are so important.
Shouty at puck directed out of the zone. Did not connect on that pass to Messick. Hit his own player at the blue line. They're offsides. He hit Branshaw as the Bulldogs were trying to enter, and this is not ideal. And Stein's going to have to come back in. Because of a neutral zone faceoff with 2:08 to go, Stein is back out on the ice. So Ferris did not get the execution they wanted out of that timeout.
And if you control the puck with the Falcons too, you can keep that goaltender in for a little longer. Every second helps.
Shouty now. Neutral ice. Didn't get it far. Ozar sends it into the zone right off the leg of Venuto. And nearly intercepted. Venuto down low. What a stop by Moore. It was up against the post.
Oh, what a save. What a save.
And they covered up at the last moment. Venuto with a great pass down low for Branshaw. Looked like it was going to put it away. Puck was right there. Oh, for the Bulldogs, so close. Branshaw knows it too. So Stein will be pulled again. Minute 39. Moore had the save, but the puck just followed his pad and nearly slid in. Now Ferris State will take their timeout with a minute 39 to play. Bulldogs and Falcons. You know, we hyped this series coming up last night on close games, great games. Never know who's going to come out on top in this old rivalry series. And both these games have surely been thrilling to watch. And very excited to see these two teams meet once again in February up at Ferris.
Yeah, and they're just good hockey games. And with a minute 39 now, these face-offs become really important. Every time the Falcons can get that puck out of the zone, they buy themselves 15 to 20 more seconds. So that's what they're going to have to hit. And if Ferris wins this draw, then they create that offense. They have that opportunity to really get a good scoring opportunity. So.
Yeah, and AJ and I were talking about face-offs, swinging the trajectory of things with the late in the game yesterday too, although Ferris was struggling to get the goalie pulled because the Falcons were so strong in the offensive zone yesterday. Late in the game, really they only had about a minute of time without the goalie in their net. Falcons able to clear this one to the blue line, not out. And Cole Moore tracking that puck. It was well above the net, gloved it down, made the stop.
And when you're under pressure, you don't mind taking the icing at this stage in the game as well, because you just want to get it out and you at least will get a 7, 8, 9, 10 second rest. So don't try to get too cute. Don't hold that puck on your stick long.
Face off to the left of Cole Moore. And the Falcons have it.
That's the second one in a row that Grant has won.
And the puck glanced the Falcons' favor. They play it down the ice, just wide of the empty net. But Jaden Grant got there to stop the icing. So now Fairmouth will bring it up for Ferris. Into the zone it goes. He'll be the first one to it. Chasing Eric Parker. Shouty went down low to help. This puck held up against the boards in the final minute of this game, and a whistle, because someone was sitting on the puck or kneeling on it. Possanen was down to a knee.
And those were two big face-off wins by Jaden Grant. now we're on the other side, so now we'll see a right shot, which looks like Kirsten will come in and take the draws.
Picorni and Kirsten, and one by Kirsten. Falcons careened off the boards. Kirsten plays it out.
Good.
Off the glass, it's rolling precariously towards the goal, but it won't get there. Shouty picks it up for the Bulldogs. Into neutral ice. Trying to play that puck down the boards. Back behind the goal. And now it's out. It's a race for the puck. Ozar trying to get to it. Shouty holding him off. Ozar plays it back behind the net. Kirsten chasing after the puck. Kirsten wins it. They just want to keep it down low. Kirsten, great job on the forecheck here. Kirsten wins the puck. Kirsten backhand missed it. Now fighting. Trying to keep Messick off the puck. Down to only 8 seconds to go. Good plays it back. Messick. Not much energy left for the Bulldogs. That's off. Travis Shouty and deep into the zone. The Falcons hang on and beat the Ferris State Bulldogs 4-3. They sweep this series, all 6 points to the Falcons. And the first diamond cutter of the season coming up for BGSU. 4-3. Falcons hang on, and they find a way to beat this Ferris State team.
You know, and they did such a good job in that last 2 minutes, really not giving them any opportunities. They won every face-off at the end, won the race, even the battles in the offensive zone, and just did that was a classic last 2.5, 3 minutes of how to protect the lead for the Falcons.
That's the nature of this league. Heartbreak for Ferris State, who really pieced together 6 pretty solid periods. At times, Bowling Green controlled the play. Last night's game was more tilted towards the Falcons, but they held on for a 1-0 win. Tonight, Ferris State, in a lot of instances, was outplaying Bowling Green, but the Falcons got the 1 goal they needed from Ryan O'Hara in the 3rd period to hold them off.
Well, yeah, I mean.
And Coach Eigner is ready down low with Grace Bryant.
Coach, congratulations on tonight's win and sweep against Ferris State this weekend. What are some of your thoughts from tonight's game?
Well, I thought our guys played really hard. Starts in our net. Cole Moore did a great job all weekend long, so that was huge for us. And then big goal there in the 3rd by Ryan O'Hara. You know, we didn't have the start to the 3rd period that we wanted, but ultimately we got the result, so really proud of our guys.
What do you guys need to bring into next week's game to keep this momentum going?
Well, we need to rest. You know, we got a short week. We got to go a long trip up to Bemidji, so I think the important thing is enjoy this tonight, rest, and then get on the bus next week and try to do the same thing we just did.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Coach. A big-time win for the Falcons. We can go right back to your point there, Bill. Sorry to cut you off. Coach Eigner was ready to roll.
Well, the Falcons they did what they had to do. They capitalized on their opportunities, scored 2 on the power play, great goaltending, and just did what they had to do to get their 6 points. And that's what it's all about. And yeah, they got outplayed some periods, but you know what? In the early part of the year, they were outplaying teams and came up short. So it all kind of works its way out in the long run.
Yeah, it certainly averages out in the end. And for Bowling Green, they find a way to win by a final count of 4-3 on a very exciting night inside the Slater Family Ice Arena. Ryan O'Hara, the winner, he sends the Falcons home with that key 3rd period goal to hold off Ferris State 4-3. Thanks so much for joining us for this presentation of CCHA TV here from the Slater Family Ice Arena. For our entire fantastic crew, led by Brandon Walters, for our ringside reporter Grace Bryant, and my partner Bill Sweettime, Kevin Peel saying good night from the Madhouse on Mercer. The Falcons sweep the Bulldogs and win all 6 points this weekend. Have a great night, everyone.